We are just delighted to see this crowd. I am Candy Glazer. I think everybody knows me by now, but I am the very, very proud chair of the Lesser Committee. But I wasn't pausing for the applause. I'm looking at this crowd, and it's just so overwhelming and so well-deserved for Eric tonight. Thank you for everyone who's here, and all of us here are part of Team Lesser. Everybody has a story of why they're here tonight. Everybody knows how much well-deserved this attendance is and this evening is. There is nobody who has worked harder for our district and for Western Massachusetts than Eric Lesser. So thank you for being here. It's hard to believe it's been 8 years and 4 terms, but look around this room at everybody who's here, and I know Eric and I and everybody on this team appreciates every single one of you. We have quite a list of elected officials who are here that I will read the list, but before we do, we are so honored, and I do want to call up, we have with us our Congressman, who is, right now, is the chair of the Ways and Means Committee, and I was so proud to have him with us. Richie, by the way, the Congressman just landed. We picked him up, he was picked up at the airport and came here, and there's kind of a little quick story I'm going to tell you. Eric, when he was in high school, was a page for the Congressman, and I don't know if you remember this, but I wrote that recommendation. I wish I could find it. I've been teasing, but it was, I told you, Richie, I told you he'd be great. So it was great. So before we go, I just want to call on, we're so happy to have our distinguished Congressman and Congressman and Mr. Chairman, thank you for everything you do, not only for us here in Western Mass, but for our country and everything you do. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And without further ado, all of our great friend, Congressman Chairman Richie Neal.
So she was being deliberately modest about how Eric Lesser landed in my office. She didn't write a letter, she called me up. And she said, I want you to meet this guy, Eric Lesser. I think he's got some potential. And part of my visit tonight, beyond the fact that I want to acknowledge the great work that Senator Lesser has done, I haven't had a better friend, a more loyal friend in my public life for now more than 40 years than Candy Glazer. Through ups and downs, of which we all know in politics, there are plenty of ups and downs sometimes in the same day, but she has been steadfast, unyielding, and unwavering in her loyalty and help to me, and I'm indeed grateful for it. We're bound tonight by our common friendship and support for Eric Lesser. I thought the brave manner in which he undertook a statewide campaign, it reminds all of us out here just how difficult that is to do. Hampden County is about 8% of the vote in a statewide election. And just inside of Middlesex County, once you get to Bellingham in the 495 area, that's where statewide elections largely are determined in Massachusetts. So I thought the fact that he would undertake that with, I think, the esteem in which we all felt at the manner in which he ran the campaign. I'm always impressed with people who, in a time where there's more and more performative politics, where people think that they have to entertain the American public. No, you don't. You have to inform them. And you let them make the decisions after you inform them. This idea that it's all about pumping out social media and outrage 24 hours a day, a more side-taking journalism, the fact that people immediately go to the conflict in our lives as opposed to the solutions in our lives, it's what we're all now collectively and individually up against. I have, as you know, rejected that through my career, and I think one of the things I'm most proud of, Eric Lesser has too. Yeah. His is a measured response. I don't think that he's caught up in rigid ideology. If you can show him something works, he's going to embrace it. And I also think that he was held in high regard in the state legislature by people who were well-informed and knowledgeable about the difficulty that somebody from the Western Mass area has as they move to the legislature. It's a delegation that is indeed small, and it's been getting smaller over the years. And I think part of that is he has done a good job of addressing it, is the inequities that exist between the metro region of Boston and really just about west or west as to what's happened. So I think that the regard that we have for him is also part of his advocacy for rail on the east-west side. I think he was a great, But the untold courtesies that he exhibited and offered to people along the way, because he had a keen interest in human services. He had, I think, a keen interest in foreign policy, even as a state senator. And I never had a conversation with Eric Glazer in all these years that I thought was superficial. I mean, it was drilled down. I walked in tonight, he says, "You were in Washington a little while ago. Are you following me?" But I got off that plane and I said, Candy called and said, if you're in town, will you make it? I wanted to make it for him because he's a first-class person, great father, great husband, great advocate for all of us, but most of all for me, it's an honor to say, Eric Glazer, my friend. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Congressman Neal. Thank you so much. Everybody here, as I said, each and every one of you is such an important member of Team Glazer, and the Senator and I want to thank each one of you for being here. But I particularly want to introduce all of the elected officials and colleagues who are here tonight. I know this is a busy time of year for everybody, and I just want to read the list real quickly, and we appreciate everyone who's here. In addition to our Congressman, Springfield Mayor Dominique Sarno was here. He was the first one here, even before Eric, but he had to go, so which is typical. Also want to welcome Anthony Russo from the Agawam City Council. Dan Kelly, who is the chair in West Springfield and on the Democratic State Committee. We're very, very pleased to see Kateri Walsh here tonight from the Springfield City Council. Kateri, appreciate you being here. Mary Kay Brown from Springfield Public Schools. Mark Gold from the Long Meadow Select Board. And a very powerful couple. We're happy to have them both for their support also. Denise Hurst from the Springfield School Committee. And Justin Hurst from the Springfield City Council. Thank you both. Former State Rep Paul Karen is here as well. Rosemary Sacramone, Register of Probates. Then we have some special people who are either at the State House or will be soon in just a matter of a week or two, a new role. Some of them right now are at UMass in orientation, how new they are. We want to really introduce and thank he's representative now, and he will be taking Eric's seat next week. So our Senator-elect, Jake Oliveira. Congratulations, Jake. Robin Kennedy, who will be the new senator from the Worcester area. Paul Mark, the new senator from the Berkshires. And a big welcome to Representative Pat Duffy, a great friend from Holyoke. Walter Dennis here, the chair of the Pioneer Valley Commission. George Ballack here from Chicopee, a ward and counselor from Chicopee. Tracy Winfield from the Springfield City Council. Julie Morgan from Long Meadow School Committee. Zeta from the Springfield City Council as well. Josh Levine, the chair of the Long Meadow Select Board, yay Long Meadow. Representative Lindsay Sabatoza from Northampton. Frank Laflamme from Chicopee City Council. Excuse me, President Laflamme from the Springfield City Council, for sure. Thank you so much for being here. Rebecca Townsend who is not only the Longmeadow moderator, but president of all the town moderators in Massachusetts, first woman. Mayor Hurley, the only woman who is mayor of Springfield and former city councilor. Joel McAuliffe, who is not only a Chicopee city councilor, but was district staff person for the senator. Richard Holzman from the Chester Planning Board. And Bob Daly as well, who's here. The mayor of East Hampton is here, Nicola Chappelle. Linda Malconian is here, also former majority leader. Is there anybody here came in that I possibly could have missed? Oh, and Elizabeth Silver, thank you. And Elizabeth Silver, thank you as well for being here as well. But as I said, oh, Victor DeVille, I didn't see you come in, Victor, from the Springfield City Council. Thank you. And thank you. This is a great political tradition. We have to announce the electors, but again, I really want to thank every single person here. This has been a very, very exciting journey. I don't want to make a bad pun, but you've all been on board this journey that Eric's made. And looking at this crowd, it is such a great tribute to Eric and so well deserved for everything that he has done. They know all over the state, and they know all over that we're out here now. 413 is here, and Eric has tried so hard to connect the state and has made us all so proud with everything he's done. It gives great pleasure and a great personal pride, and I know you can join me in wishing Eric well. And then a great pleasure now to introduce our wonderful state senator, Eric Glazer.
Well, thank you very much. First, I really, can everybody hear me? I really want to thank, from the bottom of my heart, someone who's been a really great mentor to me, someone who I really learned public service from at a very early age, and someone who I watch with great pride in such a important place of leadership for our country, and who never forgets where he came from. He just got off the plane and came home today. I really want to thank you, Congressman Neal, Chairman Neal. And I am the absolute luckiest person in the world for a lot of reasons. We have incredible supporters who really inspire me every single day. And at the top of that list is Candy Glazer. So please join me in thanking our incredible chair, Candy Glazer. And I apologize, I'm feeling a little emotional about it all, but I really want to say thank you to each and every one of you. It's not easy, a life in politics, a life in public service, but it's definitely very rewarding and very worth it. And as I was driving over here, I was just thinking about all of the things that we collectively did together. And I really want to thank and acknowledge my colleagues from the legislature who are here, great friends. A little bit of inside information, but there's a training going on at UMass for all the legislators right now in Amherst, so they are playing hooky coming down here to attend. So please join me in thanking our Western Mass legislative delegation. And in particular, I really want to thank and give a big shout out, and please join me in wishing a very hearty congratulations to my successor, Jake Oliveira, who's going to do a great job. And I really, I had the absolute best campaign team, incredible volunteers, people who would run through walls, break down barriers, do everything possible to help make that campaign happen. Running statewide is not easy. There's 351 cities and towns. We live about 90 miles from most of them. So it's a lot of driving. It's a lot of late nights. It's a lot of sleeping on couches. And I do see, I know he was traveling, but he came back. Please join me in thanking John Dolan, our campaign manager. And I know our incredible, I saw him, but our incredible, I don't even know what his title was because he did everything, but Michael Back is back also. Give him a big thank you and round of applause. And I want to thank our entire campaign team, Lauren Halpern, of course, Candy. I mentioned John and Michael. I really want to give a very big and very special shout out and thank you to our entire finance and field teams who were in every corner of the state, helping us, making calls, knocking on doors, doing everything possible to get quite a lot done. And I really, really want to also thank the best staff anybody could have in politics. They make it look easy because we're up here, we get the credit and the blame, but we get a lot of credit and attention, but it's really an incredible staff that makes it all happen. So many are not here because they're spread all over the country doing different things, but I want to acknowledge and give a shout out to Molly Trowbridge, our communications director. He already got a shout out because he's a city councilor, but our longtime district director and deputy chief of staff, Joel McAuliffe. And I want to give a really special welcome and thank you to a new member of our team, but who has done a great job hitting the ground running, Stefan Sajic. Please give Stefan a round of applause. She is the jack of all trades. She's everywhere. She's getting citations. She's solving unemployment issues. She's getting, she's fixing heating oil for people. A true magician who seems to be in every senior center and in every town hall simultaneously. Please join me in giving a really big round of applause and thank you to Jennifer Metch. And finally, and last but certainly not least, someone who has been at the center of everything that we've done the last 8 years. She walked in with me into the State House my very first day and has walked out on my very last day. And I just really want to give a very big thank you and round of applause. This person is not as visible day to day with our voters out on the street because she's command and control at the State House, making sure everything is happening and all the different ducks are in a row and all the trains are aligned, pun intended. Please join me in giving a very special thank you to Stephanie Swanson. And I missed someone, but a very special volunteer, never paid a cent, who drove with us and traveled with us literally thousands of miles across the state over the last year, is Jeff Trask. So let's give a round of applause to Jeff. And then there's so many people to thank. I'm really going to get in trouble if I keep going. But there are a few people that truly are in a different category. Can you come up here a second, Dad? So I want to thank my dad, Martin Lesser, who has been an inspiration to me. And I want to thank my mom, who isn't here because we have a new niece, Vivian, who was born yesterday or the day before. So she's with Rebecca handling that, which is a very exciting reason. So please join me in congratulating Rebecca and my sister Julia as well, and thanking them and my mom. And then if my family can come up, this campaign was very, very hard on my family. It's a lot of moving pieces. It's a lot of missed dinners. It's a lot of missed play dates and events and school performances. And I really want to give a very, very special thank you to Rose, who was so brave through the whole thing. If everyone could join me in giving Rose a round of applause. And not to be outdone by the incredible sister Nora, who turned 6 on December 25th. There was another famous birthday on December 25th, but in the Lesser household, we celebrate Nora's birthday. So please join me in giving Nora a big round of applause, and thank you. And then he's, God willing, asleep, but he's home with a babysitter. He's not alone. Please join me in giving a big round of applause to David, reconnecting with him has been quite the joy after a year traveling around. And then above and beyond, someone I can never fully thank from the bottom of my heart. This is a lot. This is, I'm out, I'm traveling, I'm not around. Allison has her own big, intense career, a law practice that she's building and that she's growing. She simultaneously took care of everything going on with the kids, handled so much, supported me, supported all of our very enthusiastic and often crazy supporters. I just love you so much, Allison. Thank you for supporting me so much. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to stop. There's no announcement about anything, about what's coming. The point of tonight is really just to say thank you. I really want to thank everyone. And let's give a big shout out and round of applause to Ray Berry and Ashley and the whole team at White Lion, who are awesome and running a great business here that we're so excited about. And we're going to stay in the fight. There's a lot of ways to contribute. There's a lot of ways to make a difference. We're going to get the train done. We're going to keep working on it. And I just really appreciate all of you so much. So enjoy.